Okay, we'll call the meeting to order. You want to do it? Here.
Vice Chair Flynn
Here.
and Commissioner Breen.
Unfortunately, Commissioner Breen is not able to attend in person tonight. Commissioner Breen is requesting to attend remotely under the Brown Act meeting provisions AB 2449, which allow for remote attendance due to emergency circumstances. Emergency circumstances is defined as a physical or family emergency that prevents a council member from attending the council meeting in person. Commissioner Breen, can you say something about your personal emergency circumstances? Dana? You have to unmute yourself, Dana. You got her?
Yes, I mean, the mute thing didn't pop up. Yes, I had an ankle replacement in the end of July and I'm still hobbling terribly.
Thank you very much, Dana. Staff and the town attorney have advised that this is permissible as long as the commission takes a vote and agrees that these circumstances qualify. In addition, AB 2449 requires that a quorum of the commission attend in person and that Commissioner Breen attend via video and audio technology. May I entertain a motion to allow Commissioner Breen to attend remotely due to her personal emergency?
I make a motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call vote, please.
Chair War,
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
Commissioner Breen,
Lynn.
Here, yes.
Flynn, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Vice Chair Flynn.
Okay.
Dana doesn't get to vote. Commissioner Breen is required by the Brown Act. Commissioner Breen, as required by the Brown Act, could you please let us know if there is anyone 18 years of age or older in the room with you?
No,
Okay, we can proceed. Now that all votes tonight need to be a roll call. Also note that AB 2449 allows Commissioner Breen to attend up to a maximum of 3 consecutive months remotely, but we need to take a vote at each meeting where she wishes to attend remote, under AB 2449. So now we can move on. So the first item on the agenda after, roll call is oral communications. This is where persons wishing to address the ASCC on any subject not on the agenda may do so. Please note, however, that the ASCC is not able to undertake any extended discussion or action tonight on items not on tonight's agenda. Is there anyone here that wishes to address the ASCC on items not on tonight's agenda, either online or in the room? Please introduce yourself. Push the button.
Yep. My name is Scott Ray. I am a local builder to this community and recently built a new home in 846 Portola Road. I was just coming into my top Portola Valley tonight to see if I could get some help and some guidance on how to continue with my project here and get it to the building final stages. So me and my partner purchased a new home in 846, a lot that was permit ready, right across the street over here. We started the home build and it was, had a basement. We started the home build of February 2022. We worked through the winter, constructed a new home per plan, signed off by the town inspectors and all of our third-party consultants throughout the process. In the winter of 2023, it was extreme, heavy winter. The basement subdrains had to be turned on and started pumping per the drainage plan. The grading and landscaping wasn't quite yet done. The project was still underway. And so that had some water overflow onto the neighboring properties, causing some standing water. at the property of 850 Portola Road. The standing water on the neighboring properties had some impacts on the neighbor's yard. So neighbor showed some concern. I instantly then started, making my task to come up with a better plan to resolve the issue. The neighbors are absolutely against helping or even hearing about our plans to mitigate, even though the 3 lots were designed to drain on the surface back to the creek. The town consultants recommended that we install the pipe through the intended drainage swale between 848 and 850. The neighboring parties were not willing to grant an easement. Even though we offered, to work to be done to the properties and put back the correct way, better than it was when they got it. And we even offered a dollar amount that we thought was fair. The neighboring party told us it would cost us $2 million to be able to acquire an easement to run our drain through these newly established projects that obviously hadn't been through any rain, to date. So then I came up with another plan, after the consultants for Portola Valley had recommended a pipe to install a drainage pit. So I installed a temporary drainage pit early last April 2024, which there was lots of groundwater still. The small drain pit held the water, kept it on our sites without running off into the neighbor's property at all, even though all 3 properties are designed for this. So we submitted full revisions to the town of Portola Valley, went through Cotton Shires, NV5, Interwest, and went through all the consultants. They approved our plan. Our plan has been approved for the past 2.5 months now. And that's where it stops. I can't get it past the town of Portola Valley Building Department, even though everybody's approved it. It works very well. And wintertime is approaching us quickly. I need to come up with a solution or we're going to be in the same exact situation. So again, just looking for a little bit of direction on how I can move forward with getting a little movement out of the town with all the, approved third-party consultants. I'm not a wealthy developer. We're not a big firm, a small company. This is actually our first spec house. This is supposed to be a really easy one. Turned out to have some teeth to it. But I'm not here to take advantage of the neighbors or Portola Valley. Like I want to work here. I like the building inspectors. I like the area. I've built some cool stuff here and I want to continue that. So just kind of want to paint that picture. We're not a big scary developer trying to take over, I want to make it right for sure.
Thanks.
Thank you.
For full disclosure, my firm was the architect for the project. We didn't design, the drainage system. It was a third-party consultant. So I won't speak any more about this. But I could ask Terrence, if you have anything to add.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chair War. Mr. Ray and my staff have been working closely on this issue, and we're hoping to come to resolution quickly. As of course, during public comment, the commissioners shouldn't be commenting on this on any item that's brought up. But in this particular case, this is a staff issue that we are working on. So just be aware that we are working on solving this issue.
Thank you. Is there anybody else online that wants to speak to the commission on items not on tonight's agenda? Okay, thank you. Let's move on to our regular agenda. Terrence, please.
First item is the ASBC formation of an ad hoc committee comprising 2 ASBC members to review conditions of approval as directed by the Planning Commission acting as Board of Adjustment and Appeal of an ASBC approval on new resident and site development permit at 457 Western Drive. PLN for Park 172 2017.
Thank you.
We almost hold one. 2024. I believe Chair War, you were in attendance at the planning commission meeting where it was considered, and the planning commission consulted for an ad hoc committee to.
Speak up, please.
I apologize. the planning commission was looking for an ad hoc committee to review some of the conditions to help them through to addressing the project.
That is correct. So let me do a little brief report, to the commissioners. This is an item, that was appealed our decision, to the planning commission, on a wide variety of grounds that, during the planning commission meeting, resolved itself around a couple smaller issues. It was mainly around, reducing the impact that the garage made, on the adjacent neighbor and preserving, more of the trees, and the existing, landscape and the potential for more landscape, between the garage and the neighbors. All of the other, more major, CEQA issues were really, not involved in the applicant's presentation, to the planning commission. So the planning commission, directed the applicant, and the neighbor, to work with a subcommittee of the ASCC, to, look at the conditions that we sent, with the, with the application, with the application's approval, to actually resolve the majority of those
Mhm.
in advance, of the resolution of the appeal. So there were things regarding the garage, there were fencing, landscaping. There's quite a list that we added to. Rebecca, you weren't in attendance.
At the original,
Of that
no.
meeting. So, it actually would make more sense, to have a combination, of an architecture person, and a landscape person, from our commission, as the subcommittee. I helped the planning commission, move towards this action to try to keep the peace and not end up with, a denial of the appeal. Because in some ways, the reason that we put the conditions in, was to enforce, the action moving forward, towards, amenable, resolution. So from my point of view, Gina, if you and, Dana, you, could volunteer without having to be recruited.
Wasn't that a little bit of a recruitment?
Um,
I'm in.
I would have,
Yes, I'm happy to do it.
okay, thank you so much.
So there you
So-
go.
So with, that volunteer, I'd support a motion, to create that subcommittee, for the action, requested by the planning commission.
I second.
Uh,
Oh, do I have to make the motion?
I didn't make the motion. but
Oh, okay.
If you'd like to.
I'll make
that
a motion, that motion. I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Actually, roll call vote. Yes.
Excuse me,
Yes.
Vice Chair Flynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Breen,
Yes.
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
and Commissioner Chung is absent.
Okay. 4-0, that action is resolved.
Okay.
Okay,
Does that have to be done today?
I'd make a recommendation that this reorganization be
Postpone.
postponed until after the election, since two of us, are running.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there, I recommended, you want to make that motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion that we should postpone until after the election. to do that.
Is there a second?
I second.
Roll call vote?
Chair Wark,
Yes.
Vice Chair Flynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Breen?
Well, I missed that. I mean, what, are we voting on the last item or what's this item?
This is on, who's chair and vice chair for next.
Oh, of course. Yeah, but wait till after the election. Yes.
And Commissioner Dixon?
Yes.
And Commissioner Chung is absent.
Thank you. Passes 4-0. Next item.
Chair Ward, the town council has created, is in the process of creating an ad hoc committee that will be evaluating sites, commonly referred to as the post-adoption plan, to find other sites that could be other housing sites that could be brought in. The ad hoc committee will be selected by the town council. However, there's the opportunity for AFCC to recommend one or two of its members. In fact, it's recommended that you recommend a member and an alternate in case, because of the election coming up, there could be some conflict. So there'll be a member from the Planning Commission and the AFCC on that committee. The town council will be making this selection, but it's desired to have your recommendation for who you'd like to see on as your primary and your alternate member for the official name is the Ad Hoc Site Evaluation Committee.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
And it's scheduled to begin work the end of this month, right? That's what they had stated.
That is correct.
I recommend Kenny.
I think that's great. I always like being the guy that, is not in the room when the nominations happen.
Too bad, pal.
Does the commission desire to have an alternate as well, or
Well,
just
can
want to
I-
recommend the one?
Can I ask a question about, well, with Kenny, I think he can't typically make things that are during the workday.
Right.
I'm assuming these meetings to evaluate sites are happening during the day rather than evenings. Is that correct?
I don't know for sure,
Okay.
but in the past, when these kinds of activities were taking place, there was often a lot of day meetings.
Okay.
Well, I think this is a very important meeting, very important committee. I think they're going to be, looking at things in a more creative way. There's been, some work by the council subcommittee, to identify some sites, and I think this committee's work is going to be very important for the future of housing in Portola Valley. So I think it should be manned by people that potentially have more time, to dedicate. And
Okay, I'll do it.
oh,
Let's just get it done. I mean, I know it's important. I just am so overextended. I can't walk, blah,
Yeah, so-
blah.
So I
So,
think, I would say, Dana, you'll have to evaluate your walking ability because I think a lot of this will involve walking on these sites.
I know most of the sites. So they need to be identified, and I'm seeing the surgeon tomorrow, and I may be cut loose.
okay,
So I will volunteer
okay.
because we don't have much choice.
And Becca,
Okay, just,
I could be the alternate. I'm fine with being the alternate.
how can you be?
Well, that's the thing, the alternate. Presumably you'll still be available in January.
Okay,
any further discussion, Jenna? You're having a baby end of December.
I was gonna say, I'm not against doing it. I'm just having a baby. And I'm gonna be,
It's just
I
another
I will
baby.
try to come.
Love the
to-
baby around.
Just bring the baby with me.
well, and you have two little
good
kids.
feedback. And
I mean,
also-
I'll do it, and it's
and I also
important.
work full-time. Yeah.
Let's do this. You know, let's nominate, you know, Dana as our ASCC representative, with Rebecca as the alternate, but we'll stay in touch, you know, in case, you know, either one or both of you can't, you know, can't represent the ASCC.
Okay, done.
Is there a
Sounds
motion to
good.
that effect?
I make a motion to nominate Dana Green as the main person and Rebecca Flynn as the alternate to the ad hoc site selection site evaluation committee.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call vote?
Chair War,
Yes.
Vice Chair Flynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Breen,
Yes,
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
4-0.
4-0.
Sorry,
Thank you.
Commissioner Chung is absent.
Any other business tonight?
The minutes.
Yes, you have 2 sets of minutes, Mr. Chair.
Any comments on the minutes or corrections?
I read them, studied them. I thought they were good. I would move to approve.
Okay, let me ask if there's any public comment on the minutes.
Ah,
Anybody else? Okay, is there a motion to approve both sets of minutes?
I move to approve.
I second.
Roll call vote?
Chair War,
Yes.
Vice Chair Flynn,
Yes.
Commissioner Breen,
Yes,
Commissioner Dixon,
Yes.
and Commissioner Chung is absent.
4-0. Motion passes. Any other business? Go ahead.
Chair War, we jumped over it, but I would give a brief update. We are continuing to work with the state, try to get certification, trying to get certified of our housing element. I'm told that the letter to us is nearing completion, but we still don't have it. I'm contacting them every week.
So this isn't like a permit streamlining act where, you know, they have 30 days to respond, or we're approved without, you know, without notice?
The state only does that to us. They don't do that to themselves. So, so there is no actual deadline where the state has to review these
Well,
issues.
the issue is that they would have potentially put us at risk to a builder's remedy during the interim. So to me, there should be, you know, an admonition by by the town attorney, you know, to HCD, you know, for putting us at risk.
I'll bring it to her attention.
Thank you. There are no further business. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
No vote is necessary. Thank you. We're adjourned.